Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome to episode 15 of my Terraria series. I am in the process of getting ready to make a new arena section to my map. This right here is the actual spawn point of the map, these 3 blocks that I'm standing on. And what I'm doing here is clearing out an area, which you can see on the mini-map, that is going to help me do some of the things like the Goblin invasion and hopefully the pirate invasion and some of the other different invasion type things. So I can have an area where I can stand right here and wander around back and forth. This little trough up above me will have lava in it, and there will be one on the other side. And the concept here is, after I've cleared everything out, the only places where things are going to spawn will be off camera here, and they will have to come in towards the middle. Now, there is going to be a wall that will go up to about here-ish, maybe a little higher, so that the ranged spellcaster guys can't spawn directly above me. They have to spawn over here or something, but or down here. But if they spawn down here, I can actually deal with them, so that won't be an issue. I am going to have to make it so I can get out of here. Go away. There. Ha! Anyway, but the reason I'm doing this is because I want that Goblin Tinkerer guy. I want to be able to reforge things, and I want to see if he's got any new stuff for me since this update. But also, equally important, I want to get a, wait a minute, didn't I have one on the other map? Hold on. I do have one, the Tinker's Workshop, but still I want to be able to, reforge things so that when I make new gear, I can, get the most optimum gear of that type. Like, for instance, the Legendary on the Knight's Edge here, or the Hurtful, that sort of thing. Furious isn't too bad either, except for that mana cost. But basically, I'm going to be working on this, and another part of the reason why I decided to do this right now, blueberries? Blueberries! Okay. I did not know that there were blueberries. That's neat. Sorry, I got distracted. Basically, it is still during the Halloween period. So, basically, I'm trying to get more loot, or more goodie bags, because I still don't have the, what's it called? The unlucky yarn. And also there's another item, I think it's the bat whip or the bat wing or something like that. There are a couple things I haven't gotten out of the goodie bags yet. I've got all the costumes, got all the paintings. Now I just need, ooh, a zombie banner. Now I just need to get the super rare stuff, but I figured I might as well go ahead and get that Goblin invasion started so that I can start dealing with them. That is going to mean that I will have a meteor impact eventually, but that's all in the cost of progress. So I'm okay with that. And also making the artificial meteor biomes. I might want to look into that for grinding for some more goodie bags, but I will have to decide on that later. I might have an area set aside away from the main spawn area that will spawn the meteor heads. But for right now, what I'm going to be focusing on is getting this arena in place, and hopefully it will be a multi-purpose arena. I should be able to use it for most, if not all, of the different invasion types, because there are now several invasion types, and I don't even know what they all are. But that is what I'm going to be focusing on right now. So once I finish digging this and getting everything set in place, I will see if I can initiate a zombie invade or a goblin invasion. And what is that? That is a raven. No special loot though. So I'm going to cut here, get finished on clearing this area out and setting up the platforms and everything, and making sure that this is the only area where things can spawn during the invasions. And then from now on, whenever I get that invasion message, all I have to do is this, and I'm good to go. I'm ready for the invasion. I'm already here. So that's the objective. I am going to finish this up, and then I will be right back. Okay, it is done. I have dug out the entire area and filled in all the holes on the sides. So nothing will spawn over here and get just drawn underneath or get stuck in the walls or whatever. Let's see here. Attached to that and that and that. There we go. I think now it's pretty much time for me to go see where the orbs are that I need to smash so that I can get this going. Basically what's going to happen here is anything that spawns off screen will try to come in towards the middle, and with me standing there, it'll do just that. It'll land in the lava, and it'll get burned, and then, let go. All I have to do is run underneath here and gather all the loot. Just like that. It works just fine. And it will protect me from anything except for the casters that shoot through walls and all that kind of stuff, but that's not what I wanted to do. But I can just fend off their bolts and wait for them to spawn down here, which would be hopefully likely to happen. Now one thing, I don't know if there's a way to keep things from the casters from spawning on this platform here, so they aren't as much of a pest. I tried the spiky blocks. I tried turning things into the half blocks and the slope blocks using the hammer. I just don't think that there's a way to keep things from spawning here. I might be able to do it with, I don't know, sunflowers maybe, but I don't know if that applies to the invasion, like the goblin invasion mobs or not. So instead of ruining my chances of some of them spawning, because as I understand it, there are some drops that are mob specific. I'm just going to let things be, and if they spawn here and start shooting at me, I'll just stand here and fend off their bolts until they teleport somewhere more manageable, like here. So I am going to go off to a crimson and see if I can smash myself an orb and see about getting this started. I do have, just in case there isn't a goblin invasion that happens really soon, I do have somewhere some tattered cloth. So I should be able to make a banner and just spawn a goblin invasion, I hope. But first things first, I need to go smash myself an orb just to get the next phase of this map going. So I will be back, and hopefully we'll have some goblin action here in just a bit. So talk to you momentarily. Alright, I am back and I went and got enough of this tattered cloth in order to make the Goblin battle standard, I think is what it's called. I had to go running back and forth to the outer perimeters of the map like 3 or 4 times just to find the scouts, but I have enough of them. But what I need to make right now is a loom. And I will go ahead and put it there for right now. I really need to make my workshop, but this will have to do. But now that I have the loom, I can make the Goblin battle standard. And I'm going to go ahead and put the wood back in its chest. All the way down here. And there we go. And time to get into position. Hopefully this will work. This is my test. I've never actually done one of these sorts of arena things before. So I don't know how well this is going to pan out, but this will be the determining factor. Approaching from the east. Alright. Yeah. Dead slime. I don't know how long it's going to take for the actual goblins themselves to arrive. So bear with me on this. Any day now. I think it actually might take a minute. I hope it doesn't take too terribly long. I don't want to just stand here and do nothing. Well, I'm collecting gel and slimes, and money. Come on, where's the text? Where's the purple text? You know what? I will pause the recording and come back when they start showing up. Wait, oh, hold on. It's approaching from the east, it says. I hear the music. They've arrived. Alright, now teleport. Teleport somewhere useful. That's not useful. Where's everyone? I thought there were a lot more goblins than that. Uh-oh. Where is everyone situated? Oh, they're all down here. Oh, no. Okay, so what that means is I'm going to have to just make this a little bit lower for next time. But that's okay. Maybe. There we go. Now they're dying up there. That'll work. Haha! So it just means I'm gonna have to alternate between the top and the bottom. I'm fine with that. That isn't too bad. I am getting some goodie bags, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go ahead and do this. Is because there are a bunch of enemies, and so that means that there's a high chance of getting some goodie bags. Alright. So, I'm just going to have to drop this down, I don't know, maybe another couple dozen or so. So that'll be my next project, is to lower the arena floor. But that's alright. This'll work for right now. I'm getting loot Lots of it. Wow, they have pretty good range on those archers. And I haven't even bothered with potions because, well, I have pretty decent gear. And I have 400 health, so I'm not overly concerned. I'm just going to have to lower the arena. Oh well. You live, you learn. I've never actually done this before. The Goblin army has been defeated. Ah! No, let me in. There we go. Didn't get as many goodie bags as I would have expected, but let's see what I got out of the goodie bags. Please give me the unlucky yarn. No? No? No. Ah! Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and lower the arena. That way things don't spawn here. Maybe I will lower it down to, let's see here. Maybe here looks good. Something like that. Well, I'll go ahead and get to work on that. And hopefully I'll be able to test this out again here soon, because I have smashed one of those orbs. And speaking of, I did get an interesting gun out of that. Where did I put that? Probably in here. There it is. The Undertaker! And I don't have any ammo for it. Well, actually I do. Hold on. Musket ball. Doop, 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 doop. Not too terribly fast, but it's a gun. A gun is a gun. And I have a couple of these harpoons. Actually, I don't really need that many harpoons. I can sell those. Alright. Well, I'm going to get to work on my the lowering of my arena, and with any luck I'll have another goblin invasion sometime during the course of recording this episode. So I guess I'll be back with either the Goblin Invasion, Take 2, or maybe something else useful. I am planning on doing some of my themed buildings, structures, whatever, like the pumpkin here. A few more over here. And I am going to go ahead and move the assortment of costumes down to... maybe I'll just make a door. Oh, right. The pumpkin is in the way. I'll put it here. There's a pumpkin. Alright. I'll probably just make a little door here and just have a sort of long rectangular room, or maybe more of a boxy place. I'm not going to shape it like another pumpkin, but that's where all the paintings and the costumes from the loot bags are going to be put. And there are, I think, a dozen of them. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 18 of them. Wow. Alright. Well, I'm going to get to work on that stuff, and I guess I'll be right back. Alright. So I have dug down to that level that I marked earlier. It's a pretty fair fall, and it's far enough that right now... Hey, leave me alone. Right now, I can't even grapple the ceiling when I am at my maximum height. Oh, wait, no. Absolute maximum. Alright. But I'm hoping that this will fix that problem. I will know when the next invasion happens. Unfortunately, I don't have enough tattered cloth to force the hand. So what I'm going to do is head off to my little project area that I've been working on, or working on getting the goodie bags out of, and it is all blocky because there are 4 video settings, and my record button is the same button as the changing of the lighting options, so that's kind of annoying, but oh well. What I've done is on this cross section down here off to the east are the the beehives with all the honey and all that, and the jungle and the crimson areas. And so off to the west are the snowy areas, and I went exploring into some of those snowy caves that I had found, and it doesn't seem like there are any snowy boss areas. However, and here's a snow area. However, I didn't make a full crosshatch exploration of the whole area. There's actually, I'll hop up there now. There is a lot to look at in these things, and there are even a few I guess biome specific bad guys. Oh yeah, if you land on the ice that's on water, it breaks. But there's really nothing going on in one of these areas. It's just ice, and there are the snow, the ice, and I think it's called slush. Yeah, slush that you can get out of these things. But other than that, it doesn't really seem like there's anything I guess boss related in one of these areas, so I'm probably not going to do a full exploration. This is an interesting mob. I don't know how well you can see this. It's called the spiked ice slime, and I'm trying to get it to actually freeze me, and it looks like it's not going to. I've gotten frozen in place in a block of ice after having gotten splattered by one of those things. It's kind of weird. You don't move, you can't do anything at all. It's just cold and annoying. But I am going to show you really quickly what I have done to sort of speed up the rate at which I get the goodie bags. I keep forgetting what they're called. I went down into the dungeon and found a nice little area that wasn't surrounded by lots of other caves, and I sort of made a little home. It's just a little cubby hole, and it's where I decided to set up the invasion arena, because I've never worked with the aspect of using lava to kill the enemies. I've never tinkered with that, so my first experiment with it was down over this way. So I'm going to get over there and show you what I have set up. And I have been slightly modifying and tweaking it a little bit. It's not the way it looked in my first incarnation, certainly. But the reason I chose the dungeon is because of the higher mob spawn rate. there are lots of different bad guys that you're going to encounter, and they tend to spawn a lot in here. Oops. And here's one now. They all drop bones, which tend to sell well, and they also drop lots of other little goodies. But as you can see, I arrived. Let me get rid of the map. I arrived and almost immediately got assailed by things. And what I was doing at first was just running around in here and... Hey, you're not a bones. And sticking around in this area, and it just wasn't doing it for me. So I decided to look around a little bit. And I went down here, if I don't overshoot it again. Kill these guys along the way, that's nice. And I just set up this little hut, and I've got this little fire, or campfire here. I was experimenting with different things, the spikes here to see if the sorcerers, the magic casters would spawn on them. They do. They also can spawn on these little angle blocks, and they spawn on the platforms, and they spawn on here. So I don't know of any way, like I was saying earlier, of getting around dealing with the casters spawning out of reach. But yeah, I poured some lava in here, and it's staying put, and I just basically stand here and everything marches on top of my head and burns in the lava, and I get to just stand here and collect all the loot. However, every once in a while a caster will spawn over here, or those little floating skulls will come in, and I try to swipe at them while I'm standing here and hopefully get the loot. But it's pretty effective. I also found that, and as you can see, they spawn on those. That by just standing here and doing this with a clean blank inventory, you get, when you're going after the goodie bags, I don't know if this is the case for the Christmas presents, but it is the case for the goodie bags. You get about 11 goodie bags for every 12 gold worth of coin drops that you get from these dungeon guys. So if you get 60 gold just standing here, it's pretty much a guarantee you've got about 55 goodie bags. Now that means also that you've probably, if you've got 50, you've probably killed several hundred, maybe a few thousand bad guys just to get all the goodie bags you're gonna want. Like I said earlier, I still don't have the unlucky yarn or the bat flail or whatever it's called, and I guarantee I've gone through 4, maybe 500 goodie bags. I've sold lots of copies of the outfits and all the other stuff, the paintings and whatnot. So I just am going to go ahead and stand here, and hopefully I will get another goblin invasion, and I will be able to test my arena, see if that works right. If it doesn't, I guess back to the drawing board, but we will know soon enough, so I will talk to you in a bit, and hopefully that will be the end of the arena building. So, talk to you shortly. Alright, I just wanted you guys to see what I was talking about here. So far, just standing here waiting for the goblin army to come back, I have gotten 11 goodie bags, which you can see here. And I am at 12 gold. So that's almost, well, that is exactly spot on to what I was saying. It's about 11/12 ratio of getting goodie bags versus gold while harvesting them in the dungeon. So it's actually a pretty good way of getting some decent profit. Let's see here. For the most part, my gold has been coming from this dungeon because I've been trying to get the goodie bags. And I'm now sitting at 8 platinum. So that's pretty good there. But I'm going to get back to waiting for the next goblin invasion. And when that happens, I'll be able to test my new build on the arena thing over at the spawn. So I'll be right back. So I just went back to my base because I wanted to make a grandfather clock, so I could sort of mark the time as it was going by while waiting for the goblin invasion. And as I was running back towards the west, towards the dungeon, I saw the orange bloodroot there, and as I was going up to get it, I found this guy! The goblin! So, now I have the goblin. That's awesome. Can grid it on the scale? Huh, interesting. So I'm going to go back to the dungeon, and once I get, I think, 3 screens away, this guy's going to go find a home, I'm pretty sure, back in the apartment. So I have the goblin, I can reforge things, I can make them better. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here and wait for the goblin invasion unless something else happens. So talk to you in a bit. Alright guys, I just went through the goblin invasion again. Got some okay loot. I got hey, leave me alone. I got a banner out of it, so that's something interesting. Got a couple goodie bags and some more spike balls and whatnot, but they were still not amassing up here. So I don't know if I'm going to have to lower the arena floor so they'll stop having a chance to spawn down below, or if it's something else that's happening. There's plenty of places over here for the goblins to spawn and come in. Ooh, blueberries. I'm distracted. Ha! And over here, there should be plenty of room for them to spawn. Maybe if I connect this down so anything that spawns here can just walk that way. But while I was standing over here, I got some sorcerers, but other than that, I think 4 or 5, maybe 6 guys on the screen total up here. But then when I dropped down here, there were a couple dozen just already waiting. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to drop the floor some more. I don't know if there's a specific distance that they will need to not spawn down here or what's going on, but maybe I'll just bring it down to maybe here? No, I can't. Well, I guess I could leave it there. I could bring it to, let's see here. That level right there. That way I still have access to get into the whatever this altar thing is. Which I have no idea why it spawned here. This is not even the side that the crimson is on. It's just, there it is. But that will have to be a project that I will have to work on later, because it is time for me to go ahead and wrap up the episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave a message in the comment section below. If you like this video and like what I'm doing here, please feel free to give it a like. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my future content comes out. But this is definitely where I'm going to have to wrap up. So thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.